Hi guys, welcome back to our Grow Strength 10X channel. We are this week looking at squat warm-ups, squat form and squat regressions. This is off the back of last week's video where we looked at squat mobility.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Check our first video out ever. We broke our YouTube virginity together.
We did.
And it was a very sexy time for us and we very much enjoyed it. So I hope you guys enjoy it too. Remember to hit that subscribe and like button, because if you don't, you won't see our content and then you'll just fail and lose out in life, of course.
Right, that takes us on to our warm-up. So first thing you want to do is jump on the static bike. So we're having the seat set at in between knee to bum level. The reason for this is so when you're pedaling you get your knees nice and high. That then loosens up the hips.
Which takes us into our next exercise, which is Romanian deadlifts. The first exercise we're going to do is with a barbell. You can do this with dumbbells as well, but we prefer with a barbell. It keeps everything in line. What it's going to do is actually loosen off your hamstrings and your glutes. A lot of people have tight hamstrings and glutes, which doesn't allow them to utilize their glutes in the squat itself, which is actually the biggest muscle you've got and the best muscle you can use in the squat. If your glutes aren't active, then you will actually use a little bit of your back, and that will actually put pressure on the lumbar and of course can lead to other serious problems down the line, which we'll show you later on in this video.
Now we're going to go to the neutral squat. Neutral meaning shoulders in line with the feet. So we're going to squat down to a 90-degree angle, so bum level with your knees. Keep that back nice and straight, so nice neutral spine, and we're looking to puff that chest out nice and forward.
Excelente.
Excelente.
Okay, so the neutral squat is fine for most people, and that is how you are supposed to perform these squats as best you can. But some people's range of movement is different. Some people have wider hips, some people have different mobility range through the hips, and some people don't have strong enough quads in order to actually let themselves go low enough so the hip movement isn't active. So what we need to do is actually widen our stance. I actually myself am a little bit of a wider stander. It's not much. All I'm going to do is actually come out just a couple of inches on my feet just to get that little bit of deeper range in the movement. This will utilize my glutes a little bit more, my hamstrings. So for those of you guys that actually have a wider stance, you want to be doing the Romanian deadlifts a little bit more to stretch out, because they might be a little tight every time you go back to squat, and your range of movement might be a little bit more limited compared to those neutral squatters.
So if you're new to squats or are lacking the confidence to squat with a barbell, we're going to do some regressions here for you. We're going to start off with the kettlebell goblet squat. So what we're going to do here is...
What? Kettlebell squat, yeah?
No.
Okay.
So we're going to do kettlebell squats. So holding the kettlebell in front of you, take your natural stance, either it be neutral or slightly wider stander. Then we're going to do squat down once again to that 90-degree angle, so bum level with your knees. Back neutral spine and your chest puffed out.
Same as before, just slightly easier with the front squat, of course, actually utilising your core a lot more, and it's less pressure on the actual lumbar and the spine itself. The vertebrae of the spine can take a heavy load when there is a barbell on top, but with this one it teaches you how to engage your core a little bit better.
What you said.
Yeah, I said it.
Right, so the impact of leaning forward and not puffing your chest out is when you do lean forward, it puts a lot of pressure on your lumbar and can damage the spine, and also can cause numerous injuries because you're tipping forward. Again, yeah, it can cause accidents and a number of injuries.
Which we have seen numerous people do, and it has caused a lot of injuries. We have a lot of people coming up to us in the gym explaining to us they have back problems, and they're always talking about how they can't perform a squat or a deadlift because they feel like their back's going to break. And it's not because you can't do the deadlift or the squat, it's because you're just not performing it at 100% capacity. If you perform the squat correctly, you will utilize your glutes and your quads and your hips, which all are all needed, as well as your core, in order to perform the squat correctly. Like Luke said, it can damage your spine and cause other kinds of problems. Skaploosh.
Another regression for you to try, if you can't get to that 90-degree angle, or you're lacking the confidence to go down to that 90-degree angle, try dropping a bench or a box behind you and doing that squat down to the box so your bum hits, and then come back up nice, slow and controlled.
If you don't come up nice, slow and controlled, what will happen is you end up bouncing on the actual box. When you bounce on the box, you're not actually utilising any of the muscles you need to use. You're not engaging your core, you're not getting any glutes, you're just using momentum to get through the reps, which isn't going to achieve anything.
Pointless.
It is very pointless. Indeed.
Another thing to point out when you're doing these box squats, try not to lean too far forward, like we mentioned previously, because it can lead to other injuries. So try and keep that back nice and neutral and puff that chest out nice, slow and controlled, like we said.
Excellent.
So that's our video, guys. Same old spiel. Share, like, subscribe. Let's get the video out there. Support us as best you can. If you don't, we'll find you.
We'll find you. That must have looked fucking odd as fuck.